So I wanted to expand a little bit on Luke 15. It's the story of the prodigal son. Those of you guys that don't know the story, the prodigal son is two boys who live with their father, who's a wealthy man, and one son comes to the father and demands his inheritance right now, basically saying, "Dad, I don't care when you die, just give me the money that you're going to give me when you die." So the father gives the money to the son, and the son leaves, and he lives this crazy, licentious life, partying and hanging out with fools and doing all this dumb stuff. He burns through his entire inheritance, and then a famine strikes the land that he's living in, this foreign land. And while he's in this land, he realizes that, I still got to feed myself. So he takes a job feeding pigs. And he sits there and he watches these pigs eat and eat and eat. And he thinks, man, if I could only fill my stomach with what the pigs are actually eating. He's hungry for the pig's food because he has absolutely nothing. He hires himself out to a man to do this. And he starts thinking about how irrational this all is. Like, why am I doing this? Like, my father's a wealthy man. He has servants. Like, I need to go home. And while he's on his way home, he concocts this script that he's going to give his dad. Like, "Father, I'm not worthy to be your son. Just give me a job, and I'll work for you for the rest of my life. Treat me like a servant." And he, when you're going back to mom and dad, you always have that script in your head, like, "Oh man, I messed up. Like, what am I going to say? How am I going to do this?" And this young man, as he's headed back to his dad, is rehearsing this. If you can imagine being this person, right? He's walking through the land. He's camping out night after night as he gets closer and closer to dad's house, and he's thinking about, like, "Oh, I can't be my father's son anymore. Dad, just hire me as a servant. Like, I'll work for you. Just treat me like everyone else. Not a big deal. Just give me something to eat and a place to stay." And you can just imagine what's going on in this kid's head as he's trying to make his way back. And the scripture says that as he's a long way off and he's approaching, his father sees him. His father sees him coming from a long way off, and he runs out to his son. And he gets to his son, and his son launches into this script that he's prepared. Like, "Father, please forgive me. I'm not worthy to be called your son." And I love what happens in the story. You can read it. It's in Luke 15. Father cuts him off. He says, "Dad, I'm not worthy to be your son." And he throws his arms around him. He hugs and he kisses him. And he cuts him off and starts yelling to his servants, "Bring the fattened calf. We're going to have a party. My son was dead and now he's returned." And he didn't even give his son the chance to get his monologue out, apologizing and asking to be less than a son. And there's two things that I really like about this. One, as it pertains to us as Christians, how is this relevant to me now? The story's told because Jesus is trying to show the compassion and the heart for God for his children. That would be you and me. God's looking for us. When we're a long way off, when we've screwed up and we're doing our own thing, when we're wanting to eat the pods of pigs, and we come to our senses finally and we're coming home, God's looking for us. He's not off doing his own thing. He's not managing his own business. He's not like, "Oh, there's my son. He just showed up." No, he's looking for us. He's waiting for us. He comes and meets us where we're at. And two, when we try to apologize and we try to subvert ourselves and be less than what we are as princes of God and princesses of the throne, and he stops us in our tracks and treats us like royalty. He treats us like what we are to him. And that's his prized possession. So when you're going through your day to day, I want you to think about that. Think about that parable. And Jesus saying, "Look, this is the heart of God. I'm watching for you. I will meet you where you're at. And no, you cannot be less than what you are to me. You will always be the same thing. I will love you the same when you're riding the crest of faith, and when you're in the pit of sin, I'm going to love you the same." And maybe that's comforting for some of you, and some of you it's not. Some of you that are in sin, that's comforting, knowing that no matter what, God is going to love me just the way that I am. And those of us that are riding the crest of the faith and riding high on it, and we're hoping maybe God would love us a little more, but it's the same. It's consistent. And believe me, that consistency is important for us as Christians. We need to rely on those things. So be encouraged today, knowing that God is going to treat you the same way, whether you're in sin or not. When you come to your senses, He treats you that way. He treats you like a prince to the throne, a princess to the crown. And God is always looking for you. He never leaves His post. He's always chasing you, always waiting for you to come home, and we'll meet you right where you're at. Guys, have a great day.